What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Riley from the Goosebumps guys, and today, we've got a bit of a spooky video for you. Today, we're going to be doing this very highly anticipated video that I've promised for weeks and never did because I'm somewhat of a little bit of a procrastinator. So, today is the day you finally get the video, so I'm not going to keep you waiting. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Okay, so this is the blurb category. Now, as you may or may not know, judging by the title of the video, if you haven't read the title of the video, today we're going to be reviewing Welcome to Deadhouse, a very amazing book with a very beautiful cover. So, let's read the blurb, shall we? Okay. Look alive. Amanda and Josh think the old house they have just moved into is weird, spooky, possibly haunted, and the town of Dark Falls is pretty strange too. But their parents don't believe them. You'll get used to it, they say. Go out and make some new friends. So Amanda and Josh do. But these new friends are not exactly what their parents had in mind, because they want to be friends forever. Reader beware, you're in for a scare. That's the blurb. An awesome blurb sums up the book pretty well, if I do say so myself. Is what I meant to say. Yeah. Cover. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and move on to the book category, shall we? Welcome to Camp Nightmares, the first book in the original series. It was published in July of 1992, and it has 123 pages. And the tagline is, "It will just kill you." A very dark tagline for a very dark book, considering that this was the first ever Goosebumps book, which means it is much darker than all of its other Goosebumps counterparts, you know, the entire 62 of the original series, because solely on, the reason of that this was the first one, and R.L. Stine didn't quite have the tone down, and he didn't really know what he wanted to make it. So, obviously, the newer ones are more kiddish than this one. This one is, like, if you took this here and compared it to one nowadays, let's say the newest one, Goosebumps House of Shivers, Say My Name, very different. Very different in a good way. I like the darker tone, and I wish every book was like this. It has more graphic, like, scenes, and, hold on, let me move my chair, just noticed that I'm not centered. It's got more, like, graphic details and things, like people's skin melting off, their skulls breaking against gravestones. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Yeah, if you have a copy of this, read it, obviously, because I think you would enjoy yourself if you haven't already read this book. If you are a horror fan like myself, you will appreciate that it has more of a horror side. You know, kind of like Stephen King. Like people say that R.L. Stine's the Stephen King for kids. This proves that. This really shows that that is the case. Some of his books are more silly than this one. Most of them are, actually, because they're not as graphic. Now, they can be good without being graphic, like previous books I've covered, Welcome to Camp Nightmare, Haunted Mask, stuff like that. But I still really like it, and I wish every Goosebumps book had more of that serious tone. Also, it's a zombie book, so, like, obviously it's going to be entertaining and good and gory, like, stuff like that. Also, there's a line in here where, like, one of the characters says, "It doesn't hurt to die," which is, like, I feel like if you were, like, a 12-year-old reading this, which is the demographic of people that are supposed to read this, and I know, I'm 15, still reading Goosebumps books. Sorry, but they're fun to read. But if you're reading this as a 12-year-old, you'd be like, wow, that's pretty scary and graphic, talking about death. And the dog dies as well, which I feel like is a very sensitive topic. Like, even in movies, like, they don't show dogs dying and stuff, or, like, they don't really, I don't know, what's the word? They don't really talk about that topic. But this just goes right in. They legit say it out loud. Oh my god, our dog is dead. And so, yeah, I found that really interesting. But, yeah, haven't really done one of these reviews in a while, so I don't really remember what the next category coming up is. I think it's positives, but without further ado, let's jump into that next category, shall we? I was correct. It is the positives category. Let's go ahead and get these positives out of the way. For one, the cover art and the color scheme are beautiful. They match so wonderfully. Purple used to be my favorite color, so like little me would have seen this and I would have been like, whoa, whoa, I love purple. Now it's blue. But I still love this book. I like the cover is beautiful. I will like this is definitely up there in the most beautiful covers and like color scheme ratio. Everything matches, especially for being the first book. Wow, it's crazy. Anyway, more positives, like I said, the serious tone, the graphic goriness, the story's really good. I feel like it doesn't waste any time getting to the point. Like, already, page, like 10 pages in, you got people stalking other people, so, like, it sets the bar, and it keeps that same standard the entire book. Doesn't go below the bar, doesn't go above it, stays perfectly perfect. That's why I love it so much. But it's not all perfect. So, let's talk about that in the negatives. Okay, so truly my only negative with this book is the little brother. The main character, Amanda, is fine. I dislike Josh a lot. He is the most annoying little brother in any Goosebumps book that I've read. Now, to be fair, I haven't read many, but the ones that I have read, this little brother is so darn annoying and whiny that it makes the book not unenjoyable, but it just like gives you, it's like so cringe. Like you're reading it and it's so perfect. And then Josh opens his little trap, his yapper, his mouth, whatever you want to call it, and he's like all whiny and like stubborn and stupid. And he's like, and I don't like it. I really dislike that. I feel like if this book changed his character and made him more like mature and not so immature, it would have been miles better. But I'm willing to overlook that since the book is very enjoyable and he does stop being so annoying like towards the end of the book. Like he kind of like chills out, which is good. Like he's more annoying towards the beginning than he is the end. So I'm willing to let that slide. But anyway, that's it for the negatives category because it's perfect other than what I just said. So let's go ahead and move on to the next category. Now we're at the longest category in every single one of my book reviews, book versus TV. That's where I pull out my big old list of differences and I read them. So, I'm not going to change that. Let's go ahead and do that, okay? In the book, Dawes is young and he has a handsome face, but in the TV adaptation, Mr. Dawes is shown to be middle-aged. The TV episode adds in a subplot regarding a lucky wreath that Mrs. Benson hangs on the wall. It is later revealed that it is indeed good luck, as it was preventing the Dark Falls residents from attacking, which is very odd because it's a wreath. In the book, most of the residents of Dark Falls used to work at a plastic factory, but in the episode, it's a chemical factory, which does make more sense because they're zombies and, chemicals, you know how all that works. You've seen 28 Days Later, haven't you? Anyway, where was I? Oh, yes. In the book, Petey is described as a white curly-haired terrier, a smaller breed of dog. In the TV adaptation, Petey is a crossbred border collie golden retriever mix. In the book, the amphitheater is described in detail by Amanda, whereas in the TV adaptation, the horde of bloodthirsty townspeople is just huddled around among trees and gravestones in the cemetery. By the way, if you hear crunching in the background, that's my dog eating its dinner, so don't mind that. Anyway, while Petey becomes a zombie in both versions, the episode portrays it differently. In the book, they discover Petey in the cemetery, and Ray explains that the Dark Falls residents had to kill him, as dogs always detect the undead. In the episode, they find Petey on the side of the road at the end, and he starts to turn gray, indicating that he is now a zombie. In the book, the Bensons supposedly inherited a dead house from a great uncle, which turned out to be a lie. This is not mentioned in the episode, and they simply got the house for cheap. Now we're going to read the episode fun facts. Welcome to Dead House was released on VHS on October 23rd, 1997, and it got a DVD release on September 7th, 2004. The air date for the episode was June 29th, 1997, and it was a two-part episode. Welcome to Dead House was reprinted 3 times in total. Once in 2003, twice in 2008, and then the last time, 2010, the year I was born. I do have 2 of those reprints right here to show you. This was the first, Oh, wait, no, it wasn't. I lied, because this was the original, so it's not a reprint. The first one was the 2003 one, which was this one. Then 2008 and 2010, I don't remember, but I have them. So I don't remember the differences, but, I may go grab one. Actually, yeah, I'll go do that, yeah. Okay, this is the other reprint that I was talking about. I don't know if it's the 2008 or the 2010. I'm not entirely sure. It's ugly. I don't like it one bit. And actually, that is going to be brought up in a new video coming soon, eventually one day, who knows, where I talk about the Goosebumps reprint covers. And I see if they're good or not. And, spoiler alert, not all of them are good. And this is an example of that. Because for one, you, look at this, okay? Look at this compared to this. Which one would you rather read? Which one's cooler looking? Which one grabs your attention more? Let me give you a better look. Sorry. Which one's better? Because I believe that it's this one. Because nostalgia, hand-drawn art. Well, this was hand-drawn as well, but this one looks more hand-drawn. This kind of looks computer-generated, in my opinion. It has this ugly, weird font right here that I don't like at all. Same with the logo. The logo is terrible. This one has the beautiful logo, the basic font, which is fine with me. The border, which makes it 10 times better. This has no border, which I don't like these reprint covers because they have no border, and it looks stupid. But I will admit that it is neat how they put a new spin on Goosebumps, like they made it more modern and things, because you gotta make, everything nowadays has to be modern. Every old franchise has to be modernized, because why not, because the kiddos, the little children, aren't gonna read it if it's not modernized. A kid's gonna look at this and he's gonna be like, ugh, that's old, ew. He's gonna look at this, he's gonna be like, whoa, that's bright, and it catches my eye. I'm different, because I'm more mature, and I know it looks better. I'm not a little stinky little child, yeah. But, yeah, these are all the reprints. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to do a money spread. I'm going to do a Goosebumps spread. Goosebumps spread, if I can get them all, because it's kind of hard to do that. Oh, beautiful, baby. Look at that. Look at that. It's beautiful. Beautifulness. Beautiful. Anyway, yeah. So, I think we all know what time it is, because this is our last category coming up. And what could that be? Oh yeah, it's the final rating. So, enough dilly-dallying. Let's move into the final rating and get this video over with. Okay, now we're at the final rating, and me personally, I'm gonna give this book, 9.5 out of 10. Do you think that's fair? I was thinking that I would take 0.5 off because of how annoying the little brother was. It would have been a 10, but I feel like 9.5 out of 10. Because, for one, it was the first. Actually, no. I'll give it a 10. 10 out of 10. Because, the tone, the darker tone I really like. And I don't think I should let that little annoying brother character ruin an amazing experience. So I'm going to give this a 10 like it rightfully deserves. First ever Goosebumps book was an amazing one. And R.L. Stine did a really good job. And the episode's also really good too. If you want to see that, check it out on YouTube. It's free. Just look up Welcome to Dead House and then bam, it'll pop up. Whew. Anyway, yeah. That's it. Ugh. Felt like I had to burp, but I didn't. And my throat's feeling weird today and I don't like it. So does my sinuses. Might be getting sick. Which is terrible. I also had 2 nosebleeds today. I hate nosebleeds. Nosebleeds are like the worst. If you've had a nosebleed, then you know what I'm talking about. Okay? It is terrifying to bleed from your nose. Also, one little thing I have that ticks me off is that nosebleeds in media are wrong. If you've seen Stranger Things, you know that when Eleven uses her powers, she gets a nosebleed. That is nothing like real life. Real life nosebleeds are way more blood. Not just a little bit of blood. It comes down to here and then stops. No. It's like dripping down your face for like such a long time. And it's so liquidy. It's disgusting. Terrible. And that's why I wish that in media they would depict it in a more realistic way. Because it's not fun. It's not cool. It's scary. I don't like it. Okay? I don't. But, yeah, that's the end of this video. That's the end of the categories. Everything is over. Like and subscribe. Don't forget that. That's the most important part of any video, except for the video itself. Next week I'll be back at it with 2 more videos. Another book review, which I'm not going to reveal yet, because it's a secret. And then I don't know what else I'm going to do. I'm going to have a poll on my Instagram, and you guys can vote for what I do next week. Because I'm definitely doing the book review, but for, like, other videos, I choose the reviews in my head, what I want to read. But then you guys vote on, like, the regular video I do. Like, there's 2 different videos I do, book reviews and regular videos. I just uploaded a regular video before this video. Go check that out as well. But, yeah, that's the end of the video. Next week, I'll have 2 more. I'm not quitting, not stopping, not going away. I'm going to keep at it. So, yeah, have an amazing day. Have an amazing rest of your day. Have an amazing night. Have an amazing sleep. And have an amazing morning, because I'm not going to see you until next week. So, yeah, catch you on the flip side. Hasta la vista. Sayonara. Adios. Bye-bye. Au revoir. I don't know any more ways to say bye. So, I'm just gonna, end it here. So, yeah, that's a wrap. And I will see all of you lovely fans and people in the next video. Goodbye.